Hi, it's Matrixity. Welcome to my Matrix. What is the most unusual gift that you've ever received? I'll go first. What I got many years ago when I graduated from college was the soul of a dead fisherman. That's right. I said soul of a dead fisherman. And it lives in a gourd. Here it is. I'll show it to you. Inside this gourd is the soul of a dead fisherman. And it was placed there after a ritual where his soul was captured in a bowl of water, and I'll explain the whole thing to you, but it was captured and placed in this gourd. Now, a little bit of the history. I am an anthropology major and did very well. And throughout my years in college, there were four top students, and I was one of the four who did extremely well in school. And as a result of that, we were invited to different special conferences that other students didn't get to go to. We wrote papers. We're actually published. I'm a published author in academic journals for anthropology and sociology. And we did a lot of extra things. In our senior year, we did an independent study. And all of us did extremely well in that independent study. And as a result of that, at the very end of our college careers, before we graduated, our anthropology professor, he was a wonderful person, invited us over for dinner. So the four of us went to his house for dinner, and we didn't know it. Unbeknownst to us, he had gifts for us. So each of us got a special gift from his travels. And I lucked out. I probably got the most unusual gift, and it was the soul of this dead fisherman. My professor, when he was in college and getting his doctorate, he went down to Suriname and he studied the indigenous people who lived in the jungles there. And that's how he came upon this gourd. He lived with some people in the jungle, became very, I guess, immersed in that culture for the time he was there. And one of the people that he was involved with was a family. And one man in this family became like a brother to him. And while he was there, this person passed away. And so their culture was, again, I said they lived in the jungle. It was, I guess, an animalistic type of, or animism type of religion. And so when he died, they captured souls. And so what they did was they had someone who held up, like a witch doctor, held a bowl of water, and everything was, handmade out of plants and gourds and things like that. And he had to hold it, and all the people were singing. And finally, when one drop of water fell from the bowl, and he could be holding this bowl for over an hour until that one drop of water fell, the soul of the person they were memorializing was captured. So that happened. And so they placed the soul of this dead fisherman and my college professor's best friend inside this gourd. Now, the reason why he gave it to me was because when we graduated, the four of us best students, he wanted to give us treasures, anthropological treasures, that we would keep and treasure forever. Now, each of us got different things, and I honestly don't remember what the other people got, the other four, because I was so put out by this gourd, and it was a dead soul inside. But anyway, he said with the soul, this was the soul of his friend. So the dead fisherman is in here. And he gave me the soul because he said he could trust me with it. He had it for a very long time. And you could only give the soul to someone who would keep up with the soul and protect it for the rest of their life. So I've had this soul since '83. It is now 2022. And I still got a soul of a dead fisherman in this gourd. And I thought about the years, how can I get rid of it? Can I bury it, give it a burial, say some prayers over it? And I thought, well, suppose I bury it and then the spirit gets mad with me. I don't know. I've thought about other people I could possibly gift this gourd to. And so far, I haven't come with anyone who I could trust enough to really believe that the soul of the dead fisherman is in here and keep up with it. So I still got it. And usually it sits in a very quiet place on my bookshelf where it's not bothered. Nobody bothers it. When I first got it many years ago, I would sometimes come home and there's no window or anything that could bother it, and it would be open. I'd come home and the gourd would be open like this. Why? I don't know, because I never touched the gourd. I put it on the shelf closed, keep it closed, but I'd come home, the gourd be open. I close it again. Come home another day, the gourd is open. Now, the gourd hasn't been opened in a long time, so usually it just sits on my bookshelf and it hasn't opened in a long time. But any suggestions how to safely not dispose of the gourd, but somehow protect the gourd, but maybe bury it safely, give it a nice burial, say some prayers over it, somehow to put the soul of this dead fisherman at rest? I'm open to suggestions.